Downloadedcontent.com. Torrents. Lightning fast enlightenment.
That's what, dude. That's why you know me, man. I'm an open book. So it's like that. Yeah, that would be awkward. Like if you were at, say, a church group, and they had just got finished listening to us read about internet horrors.
Right. Yeah.
And they're looking dead at you. You know. Here's what it would equate to. I'm at Wal-Mart yesterday, and I'm getting like dinner, right? And I can't say their name. I don't even know their name. But somebody from a recovery group that I go to, you know, an anonymous group or whatever. Not anonymous,
okay.
but
no, I know what you mean though.
Yeah.
Somebody, let's put it to you this way: somebody who, if Daniel was going to one of those places like AA, but not necessarily AA, you know, obviously nobody is supposed to acknowledge that another person goes without their permission, et cetera, because they are Alcoholics Anonymous. In fact, not the anonymous, you know, hacker group or anything like that. But there's supposed to be anonymity so that there's freedom inside of the rooms, et cetera, et cetera. So. Yeah. What you're going to do is you can, and that's always uncomfortable. Just forget about the radio or anything else, because now you may be able to acknowledge somebody in public or you may not. So there's a little bit of a,
it's weird.
It's a weird thing to begin with, but
it's like, are we in a secret society? What do? We got a secret handshake? What do we do? Do we just ignore
it's
each other?
like, you know, does your current wife know that you are a recovering junkie or not? You know, does the sister of the whoever you're with happen to know that you were somebody who used to drink and fall down in the gutters? Does, you know, can I acknowledge that I know you from somewhere and now you have to explain me? A lot of interesting juxtapositioning going on there in that little dance. So enter this situation you're talking about. I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm at Walmart and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get like a pan of lasagna and some ice cream, you know. And so I go to the checkout line, and I pass one of the fellow AAers or whatever, recoveries, whatever. And we both go to the self-checkout. We've said nothing. There hasn't even been a nod. There was like a brief exchange of a glance. Like, you know, then your internal computer's like checking for facial recognition. Who is this person? Beep, 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 beep. Alcoholics Anonymous. Beep, 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 beep. You know.
Eyes literally locking for slightly less time than you would if you had a one-night stand with a woman and haven't seen her in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's about the amount of time that your eyes locked with this person. Go ahead.
Right. And so, you know, that brief slow motion second ends, and then you're like, okay, get back to task. Task is scanning on the self-checkout, so you scan on the self-checkout, and then you put your items in the bag, and then you kind of briefly glance around the where the checkout area is. You see that he is in front of you at a different checkout, and then all of a sudden he cranes his neck around, right, and locks eyes with me, and then I hear like the fistful of dollars, you know, cat theme, the Clint Eastwood thing. And then I watch, like, meow, 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 you know, and then he looks down into my bag to see, like, if there's a 12-pack, or in my case, like a 24-pack in the bag. And
no, wait a minute. Now pause, because see, here's the, am I going to bust somebody with beer now who's supposed to be sober?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are they smoking a cigarette, or is that a joint? What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. So the tension is rising up here, and nobody is hearing this or seeing this. I mean, somebody who's an observer like me, occasionally I watch these little tensions go on between people, but I got to tell you, for the most part, everybody is completely oblivious to what's happening here, except the two of you. I love this. Go on.
And so, like, it's registering that's what he's doing in my head. I'm like, this dude's checking my bag, man. He's like, you know, customs or something. He's checking to see if I'm, like, off the wagon or whatever. Because as a recovered person, you're never, ever, it's always going to be on the back of people's minds. Always.
And you almost feel like you're going to be asked, excuse me, sir, were your bags unattended at any point during the day, or did someone else possibly pack your bag?
Dude, like
HSA, go on.
Yeah, if you sleep past noon, or if you show up late to something, they all, he's off the wagon, you know. And it's like, it can get fun after a while. It can really get fun because you could screw with people, you know. It's real cool. But for the most part, it's like, oh, they're back off the wagon or whatever. So this dude's like checking out my bag, and I'm going like, dude, is that it? That's got to be in the big book somewhere. You can't do that, right? Like, nah, man, ain't no Pabst Blue Ribbon in there, dude. There's some Stofers and some brown cows. Get your ass on.
Let's be honest. In Georgia, they're looking for some steel.
Yeah.
Oh,
that is
God,
liquid crack.
Oh my God.
Liquid crack. Is what
It's
that is.
for those in other parts of the country. There's these big beers, which are, I don't even know how to describe them. I mean, like we literally had stuff up in the Northeast that people called liquid crack as well. There was green lightning. There was all sorts of malt liquor, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this stuff, Steel, is like the closest thing to rot gut beer I have ever tasted. And I did taste it here in Georgia. I just want to tell people that. Go ahead.
You know it's bad when the bottle's made of plastic for your drunk ass.
Oh, yeah. And every bottle is plastic. There's no glass, Steel. Because they're assuming you're dropping that bitch. I mean, that's simple.
They don't want any more deaths attributed to glass, cutting throats and stuff.
DownloadedContent.com. Torrents. Lightning fast enlightenment.